So when you hear of the FBI, as in the Federal Bureau of Investigation, these are generally the types of images that you can expect to pop into your head. Notice that at no point did any images like this appear. So what's the link?
Well, it just so happens that the FBI is currently using video games to teach new recruits how to get better at their jobs. But before you start picturing Mulder and Scully yelling at each other over Xbox Live, let's nail down some facts.
Firstly, it's not like the entire FBI bureau has suddenly started playing Minecraft in their lunch break. Video games are being used for entirely educational purposes, meaning tailor-built simulations that are made to mirror real-life circumstances that an FBI agent might encounter. So, for example, FBI cadets might be asked to play a small scenario that requires them to successfully plan and carry out a non-violent arrest, complete with mapping out escape routes, calling for backup, and interviewing eyewitnesses.
Secondly, playing video games is still a very small part of each new recruit's training, roughly 2 hours out of the entire 20-week program. So then, why is this a big deal?
On the computer, we can instantly go from one city to another city, different parts of the world, virtually, and present them with far more interesting tactical environments. One of the comments that we've heard frequently from the new agent trainees after they've gone through one of our simulations that's like a multiplayer first-person shooter, only with the addition of giving people verbal commands and putting handcuffs on them as well. We've heard people say quite a few times that the environments we presented them with were very interesting, challenging environments that involved large visual obstacles, looking high and low, catwalks, stairways, all kinds of things that we couldn't physically build unless we spent a lot of money on it.
Pargman has been working at the FBI Training Academy since 2004, where his task is to train new recruits into navigating these gaming simulations.
What we've been learning from the new agents is that they would like to see the game far earlier in their training, that it's very good when they're getting the concepts of some of these techniques that we're trying to teach them. So they'd like to see it immediately after the concepts are introduced in class. They've sort of seen it on a screen, they've looked at it on a book, then they'd like to play the game and explore that a little bit more and then go do it in real life. Right now we've got it placed, or we have in the last year had it placed between between practicals where they've done some of these things in real life already, and then they're going to be doing some more. And most of them have reported that it's been valuable for them just to see it from a different perspective. But most of them have said, hey, if I had played this game a few weeks ago, I would have done so much better on my first practical. So that's what we're doing now.
At the FBI Academy, recruits are given the chance to test out physical skills and knowledge in a place called Hogan's Alley. It's a physical training environment inside the FBI campus. The so-called alley is actually a mock town, houses, buildings, and structures that can accommodate almost any type of real-life scenario. But it's only so big, and it's not long before the new recruits have seen everything there is to see. And that's where video games come in.
We've had quite a few students report to us that in Hogan's Alley they have a lot of pressure. They've got so many things going on. It's such a complex scenario, and they know that they're being graded and they only have a few runs through it. And so they sometimes have so much stress they have a hard time paying attention to the lessons. But when they're in this classroom, everybody says that the stress level is very low. They're able to sort of pay attention to things that they wouldn't normally get to pay attention to in Hogan's Alley, and that they like that.
The FBI isn't the only government agency exploring video games as educational aids. Last month, it was revealed that a number of US government agencies are currently making use of Epic Games' Unreal Engine 3 through the Unreal Government Network, a newly launched partnership that will see the Unreal technology licensed out for medical and educational use.
The UGN partnership is with Virtual Heroes, the company responsible for America's Army, a high-profile recruitment and training game used by the American Army since 2002.
The UGN deal has already led to a number of programs, including a human sim platform aimed at medical education and training, an anesthesiology training application for US Army physicians, and a serious games initiative. The benefit for society, Pargman says, is great.
I think those ideas, that creative energy is sort of pushing the space forward, and then more and more people, as they see those and interact with them on a casual basis, hopefully will make the connection that, we can do a lot of learning this way. There's lots of opportunities for learning in traditional education, corporate environments, and government, and games can be used to great effect, much more so than we're doing now.